Sorry. I'm Kalin Birkel, and I'm excited to be here. Hello.
Yeah. We're super excited for you to be here as well.
Awesome. Thank you so
uh,
much for having me.
Absolutely. We've got some fun stuff to talk about. I'm
Mhm.
really interested to learn more about all the things that you do. But before we do, I want to get to know you on like a non-industry level. Can you
Yeah.
tell us something about yourself, something fun, unique, random? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to. And I think the first thing that honestly comes to my mind is two things specifically, totally random, would be that I have a pug. I'm obsessed with pugs. I'm a pug lover. And as anybody who loves pugs or has a pug knows that we're all obsessed. And, it's part of our personality. So that would be a good fun fact. And then that I played the trumpet in high school. So I don't know. That's fun too.
Very fun. I love that you have a pug and you're obsessed. I do not have a pug. I have a husky, but also obsessed. So
Ooh.
I understand like the level of craze when it comes to being in love with them.
Yeah, definitely.
Name, how old, all the things.
Well, he is going to be 4 in March, and his
Oh,
name is Oslo. So
oh, cute.
he's perfect in my eyes.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. I
He's
love
got
it.
all the energy, but he's a pug, right? So it's like half cat. So he has all of the energy and then he'll just like sleep half the day at the same time. So just
oh.
depends on what's going
That's
on.
super cute. Does he like kind of, I don't know if pugs do this. I feel like I've seen I can't, I'm not sure if they've been videos of pugs or Frenchies. I don't know.
Ooh, mm. Same category.
Very different dogs, but yeah. Um, but where they also do like the talking thing sometimes, like
Oh,
kind of talking back or like calling out instead of like howling or something. They like, it's almost
oh.
like they talk. Does
Is it
he
like
do
that
that or?
the screeching thing that
Yeah.
you're talking about? The wow, wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow. That's my
Yes, that.
impersonation. Um, he does he doesn't do that. Like if you like talk to him and like trigger in any sort of
Mhm.
way, like I've seen in some videos, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily do that, but he definitely gets super excited. Like he loves people and he wants to be close to you. So
Hmm.
if I like hold him back from be like going to greet somebody who's coming up to the house or anything, he will
Yeah.
do something similar where it's just like wow, wow, just like freak out. So
Oh,
definitely pug Frenchie vibes.
yeah. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh. Um,
Super funny.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so as much as I could talk about that all day, I don't think that Alan wants me to. So we
Well,
can
I'm
move
okay with
on.
dogs. I mean, I do have a cat now, but
Yeah.
I think the like
Mhm.
top three dogs that I wanted when I was younger was like, yeah, Pug was one, Beagle, or
Yes.
Boxer.
Pug
So,
people are the
Oh,
best.
yeah.
yeah. They're
Oh,
so
boxers
cute.
too. Yeah, anything with that face, I can't deny. Or anything with blue eyes is pretty sweet as well too. So Husky
Hmm.
is a big
Mm.
fan.
Yeah. And they like the way that I feel like with pugs and Frenchies and even like corgis and little dogs like that, the way that they like when they're trying to run, how
Yep,
adorable they look because they are trying so hard and they just it's
I
just
know.
different and it's like oh your heart just like oh my God.
It just melts.
Um it really does. Uh okay. So, Kaylin,
Yes.
you are a voiceover actor.
Yes,
Can
I
you
am.
tell us tell us about that? Like tell us about kind of what you do. Hey everyone. We've got a lot of fun episodes up and ready for you on our new Patreon. I've got lots of awesome guests, playlists for you, and all of the fun tangent chats with these guests.
Like Abisha Yule, Chazara, learned how to say her real name, Leon, Keeley, and even drunk stories. You name it. We talk about it. Join for free and get extra episodes for as little as $5 a month. Get every Patreon episode in the link in the show notes.
So check us out at patreon.com/film and beyond.
Yeah.
We'll see you there.
Yeah, so as far as with voiceover acting, I guess I would kind of just, start off with just how I got into it as well too,
Mhm.
because I feel like with voiceover acting, it was definitely inspired in many, many places throughout my life, honestly, if I look back. But ultimately, just being able to, I thought kind of being able to, you know, portray characters and be able to just have fun. And it was all really exciting to me just because I would be inspired by, let's say, cartoons growing up, or
Hmm.
just at this point in time, I watch a lot of anime with my husband, right? So, all of that just kind of came into play where it's just like, oh, one of the things where it's like, wow, that would be so cool to be able to become a voice actor and do what they do because I enjoy these shows. They,
Hmm.
really help you get into and emotionally attached, if you will, to a character and really feel what they're feeling, and bring a story to life. And so I thought, that would be an amazing, job to have, or just thing to be able to do in general, and have fun
Yeah.
with as well too. So just kind of being inspired in multiple different ways kind of led me to it, and say, hey, this is actually something that I can do.
Hmm.
I have a home studio and whatnot, and you can go to studios. I live in Minneapolis, right? So I think that it was just like I realized that it was a possibility for me, and I was like, let's do it. Let's figure
Yeah.
out how to do it. And so and so I ended up, connecting with local coaches to be able to just kind of, take classes and learn more about it, learn more about the acting piece to it, learn more about, the technical piece to it with, working with a mic, etc.
Hmm.
And it was just basically they just
Yeah.
said, like the main thing you need to have is just realize that have fun with it, right? Because that really loosens you up, and get into it, big motions, right? And then you can really
Yeah.
be more authentic and get into, a character as well too. So it's about releasing those nerves, if you will, as well too, even
Hmm.
if nobody's technically watching you
Yeah.
as well. You still gotta, just trust the process, and have fun with it. And then you can get your best work from it, really. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
How did you like get started? Like, I mean, you took classes, but
Mhm.
like, I'm interested in doing that. I
Yeah.
have no idea what I'm
Yes.
doing. I'm
Tell us
just
the
like,
way, Kaylin.
yeah,
Tell us the way. I am
can you
the
tell me exactly what you
sensei
did? No,
expert.
but
I
yeah, like,
can.
how do you even like get started? Like, jump into it?
Yeah, honestly, the process that I essentially went through was, utilizing YouTube University, as I like to call it, and just like
Hmm.
figuring out, okay, what are some voice actors that are, creating content as well too,
Hmm.
if they have
Yep.
any videos that said, give any hints of like, how do I do this, right? Like,
Yeah.
help me. I want to learn the ways as well too. So, YouTube University, of course, and then also Google. And I came across actually from one VO artist that mentioned, oh gosh, what was it? Um, it was like, oh, I should have looked this up beforehand. I'm so sorry, but it was essentially, I'll send it to you later. It was like startvoiceoveracting.com or something along the lines
Hmm.
where it's like, is this legitimate? But it
Yeah.
apparently was. So that was great too. And just kind of looking at, the information on there, and like the
Yeah.
recommendations of like how to go into it. And of course, a lot of recommendations was like, work with a coach, take classes, learn more
Yeah.
about the craft in itself as well too, which makes total sense with
Yeah.
anything.
Right.
Right. So I was like, all right, let's find what I can find on that as well too. And I ended up, looking more local, or found someone more local as well too, which was really great. Just because I was like, okay, I feel like I can trust that this is a legitimate business as well
Yeah.
too.
For
I was
sure.
able to do more research on like, okay, these are the people who are their coaches. They're working voice actors, so I know they're legitimate in that way
Hmm.
too. I see the talent agency that they're with. I checked with them as well too, actually,
Yeah.
to be like, hey, who are
Just
these
smart.
people?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, oh no, they're great. Yeah, so I was like, cool, let's do it. I also, looked into or connected with some in my current job that I realized that they were also into voice acting as well too. And I was like, who did you go with as
Oh,
well too? And
cool.
they were with somebody who they recommended, and maybe
Wow.
one day
Okay.
I'll work with them as well too, but
Yeah.
based in Georgia. So Atlanta, of course.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll take something from them one day as well too. Who knows? But um, ultimately, I ended up going with the School of Voiceover here in St. Louis Park. So that was really great as
Oh,
well too.
cool.
Good experience just to get started um, and learn more as well too. You even go to their website and you're like, oh my God, these people have so much information just like
Yeah.
out there for you even too, which it kind of looked like the website itself. I was like, is this real as well too?
Right.
Very much real though. So it was good. It was a good experience that I connected with them. Um, but yeah, it was a great experience, going through the course as well too. And I feel like I learned a lot about myself even too, and what it's going to take for me personally to be able to excel going forward in this as a career in any way, shape, or form as well
Hmm.
too. One of the main things that I took away from the course, I would say, would be, it comes down to that confidence, right? Having that confidence in yourself as well too. And just being behind the mic in that way, or even on camera, of course, how it is having that confidence and just let your freak flag fly, if you will. Just,
Yeah.
be open to experimenting and not being perfect, right? So that was
Yeah.
something that I really had to come to terms with myself as well, too, where it's like, this is not about being perfect,
Hmm.
especially not on the very first take. You're learning, and then also, you're just going to continue to grow, which you want and you're open to anyway.
Yeah.
So just have to embrace the journey also.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was
What
really great.
what kind of roles have you or like characters have you been able to portray? That was I said that weird. So far.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, so I've mainly been trained in commercial work, but I've
Mhm.
done some with the School of Voiceover as well too, with working on characters. And I think that was weirdly one of those things where it's like, yeah, this is what I'm the most interested in as well too. It's
Yeah.
exciting because I'm into anime. That would be a dream come true to be in an anime one day dubbing.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, definitely. That was like that's like my no number one, I'd say, as far as
Nice.
voiceover goes. But yeah, so working on some characters as well too, um, which was more challenging than I actually expected as well
Mhm.
too, just to be in the beginning, just because it was like, oh, I've never done this in front of people before
Oh
in
yeah.
particular. So just getting used to like being in front of a coach. And I think that was a really good growing experience for me too when I went through that as well too.
Hmm.
So kind of my goal going forward is to focus on both, of course, but definitely continuing to grow in the area of characters and growing my list of characters and creating those as well too. I
I
think
Yeah.
that's
love
really fun.
that.
What's been like the funnest one you've done so far? Is there something that stands out, or is it mainly commercial stuff, or
Um, I would say one
for?
was one of my voices. It was more like weirdly funny enough, it was a small male child's voice that was very
Uh-huh.
annoying. And so I think that character where it was just like the just being able to try to portray a character also in a different voice was really
Mhm.
a whole nother challenge as well too, because you can act or work towards utilizing your own normal voice in commercial, right, where you can
Yep.
still inflict that or have that effect of emotion, but also having that emotion and creating that story, but also in a different voice. It's a whole
Yeah.
other
Yes.
thing. So I think I love the challenge of that as well too, especially when it's like in your head, you're like, oh my God, I sound ridiculous, but this is also great at the same time.
Yeah.
So I call him Henry.
Amazing.
That's his name in my head.
That's
Oh.
fabulous. I love that. Oh my gosh. And that's got to be so fun. It makes me think of like the lady who does the voice for like all of the like the Rugrats and I mean I
Yeah.
think she does like a trillion shows that we all probably watched growing up but
Yep.
like like something like that where she has to play like a like Tommy Pickles. Don't know why I
Yep,
remember that.
like a toddler.
Or
Yeah.
yeah, or like and then like Angelica, whatever, and like all like so many different characters that are like babies or toddlers or boys, girls, like
Yeah.
just all this stuff, and that would just be so fun. Um,
Yes, I agree.
yeah.
100%.
Did it
It
take you a
is.
minute to try and like get into that headspace of and like find that voice, or did you kind of have an idea already going into it? Like, this is what I think he should sound like.
I feel like it was, yeah, not as much premeditated with that because she was like, my coach was just like, try something. What
Hmm.
does a little boy sound like to you? And this is that's what came out as Henry, right?
Nice.
So, and we just started working on that
Yeah.
more, and so that I could start to, work more in approach where, okay, what's Henry's backstory? What's
Hmm.
Henley, new name, Henry's emotion behind, what are his motivations? What are his goals? Just kind of,
Yeah.
what does he want in that moment? In that scene, so being
Mm,
able to integrate that all together, it's just kind of, you know, it's a holistic view that you have to think of as well too, and
Hmm.
just also roll with it at the same time
that's the
Yeah.
and
acting
see
part,
what comes with.
Yep.
definitely.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's super fun. It always lights me up when I'm trying to, come up with new characters as well too. So
Hmm. Do you
definitely.
have a like a dream character? Like you mentioned you
Ooh.
love anime, but like playing this type of character in this type of show who is doing blank. Like, I don't
Ah,
know, like an assassin or like
yeah.
just literally, yeah, I mean that was random, but like just any type of character.
Yeah, so see, that's a great question. I feel like I'm very open, right? I'm open to trying
Right.
anything, and I love,
Mhm.
experimenting as well too. But I think that um I would say, hmm, yeah, that's a tough one to really pin down for me, to be honest. I feel like I
Mhm.
have so much to try yet as well too. But
Yeah.
I think working towards more of like what I'm imagining is more like a witchy villain kind of role as well too,
Ooh.
just to kind of get into a whole different headspace from what, I think that I would normally,
Hmm.
focus on, like a little boy character that's like sassy, or like a
Yeah.
girl character that's sassy, or just like somebody who's really joyous, or just kind of like quiet and sad or something.
Hmm.
So that would be another new challenge that would be really cool. So maybe assassin would be a good option as well too. I think more of
I like it.
like a demonic witch type of thing, or
Yeah.
like
Like
queen
more of a
witch, head witch.
fantasy kind of
Yeah, I
thing.
think that would be
Okay.
really cool.
I like
Hmm.
that. That sounds really fun.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta start working on that one as well too. It's been a while. It's been a minute since I've come to that one.
So, let's see. So you started with like classes. You've done some coaching, and have
Mhm.
has it been like how is your career developing? I suppose I'll ask. Is that coming to like become a full-time professional, or how's that going?
Yeah, at this time, so I had to put a stop on things for a while, which was sad, but just due
Yeah.
to some family
Yeah.
passing
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
and medical things within family as well
yeah.
too. But so it kind of got put on hold, but as far as it's going to start back up again. So that's really exciting.
Oh,
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited to get back. I've been, yearning to get back into it. So that's
Yeah.
really exciting. So at this point, it's definitely not like full time.
Right.
Mhm.
So I'm still growing in my career as that goes as well too. So still learning, still growing, um, looking, yeah, just, looking to get as much experience as I possibly can and enjoy the ride at this point
Yeah.
in time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Do you go ahead?
Oh, I was gonna ask her about her favorite anime or types of anime that
Hey.
she's into, but yeah, let's
Yeah.
unless you have something a little more pertinent, Rohana, or
No, I was gonna ask if she's have you ever Or do you ever like try out new voices and stuff on like your husband or even your pug and just see how they react?
Your pug.
Honestly. Oh, actually, that's a great, that's a great assumption. Yes, I do, actually. Both husband and pug.
Yep.
I think pug Oslo, I think he enjoys them the most. I feel like just like his
Yeah.
facial expressions really shows like he's into it, right? So
Yes.
he gets more of the high pitched like
Yeah.
character where it's just like, oh goodness, something more like
Yep.
that. And then husband gets more like, oh, like
Yeah.
lower voice, just like I don't know, just like messing
Yeah.
around kind of characters as
Yeah.
well too. All about the experimenting.
Yeah.
To see,
So
actually,
fun.
that's a great point as well too. That just kind of comes to mind where it's like in voice acting too. It's really about that. It's been a journey with the versatility and learning the versatility of your voice as well too, and
Yeah.
being able to, you know, use different tones and, just accents, dialects, all that is really fun
Yeah.
as well too to kind of,
Right.
experiment with and dive into. And I've actually I've been trying to learn new languages as well too, and also singing
Ooh,
lessons also. And I
Wow.
feel like
nice.
those are extremely helpful when it comes to
Right.
VO, just
For
because
sure.
it's a whole nother way of using my voice in that way as well too. So I
Mhm.
Yeah.
think it's just like I'm trying to take the most holistic approach that I can and also have fun with those activities as hobbies as well too. So would
Yeah.
recommend if that's what you're into.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
So
singing
fun.
part, I remember I went to 2D Con and one of the
Mm,
voice
yeah.
actors I went to a panel of, she was saying that when you're doing singing lessons or something, you find that funny note where you can't quite reach, and that's where your voice can do interesting things then. So,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and then you can play, work within that range.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And and then as far as to answer your question about what was it, my favorite anime?
Yeah,
That's
Yes.
or
also too
types
hard
of
to narrow
anime,
down.
because I know there are a lot. There's
Oh my
an
God,
awful
there's so
lot.
Sailor
many.
Moon. No.
I actually haven't seen Sailor Moon, but I actually want
Really?
to because I feel like it would be
Yeah, I haven't seen it either,
it's nostalgic for a lot of people, I'm sure,
Yeah.
but
but very
it
iconic too.
iconic. Yeah. So on the list of the millions that I have,
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like the most it's because my husband really got me officially like super into it. I feel like I've seen a lot of like Shonen Jump, so like, the teenage boy goes and like has to save the world. He's the main character type of ones as well too, which are super inspiring, really. I do love them. And I think that was also funny enough if I think of like Naruto, um, the Naruto's voice actor is like a 50 to 60-year-old woman, which is amazing as well too. And I was like,
Oh,
oh
wow.
man, if she could do it, I can do it too, right?
Yes.
So and so it was really, surprising and really cool to find that out. I was like, oh man, I never even thought about doing like, teenage boy versions of my voice as well too, necessarily at that time.
Right.
So that was really cool. So Naruto is the top one. I actually have a tattoo that's Naruto based. Funny enough that I
Oh,
loved it so
cool.
much. Um, if you know, it's the Ambu Black Ops symbol with some floral around it on my hip. It's cool too. Um,
Haven't
Fun.
watched
uh,
that one yet.
oh my God. Well, you have a lot to
There's a
experience.
lot in that, yeah. Is it
Alan
series,
has
right?
homework.
Yeah, definitely. So there's Naruto, and then there's Naruto Shippuden. And so it's split up as far as like in America anyway, as well too into that. And
Mhm.
so there's like, oh God, I don't even know. I feel like there's over 1,000 episodes if I remember right,
Oh,
as well
yeah,
Wow.
because
too.
I've
But
I've seen like libraries and I'm like, is this a series? It's like, yeah,
it's long. It's a
yeah,
long one for sure. But would
Wow.
recommend hands down. Like that's nostalgia for a lot of people as well too. It was really good. Maybe I'll connect with you later, Alan, and I'll be like, hey, these are the fillers that you don't necessarily have to watch the first time around if you don't want to.
Oh boy.
And then yeah, I've gotten into a lot of recently more like slice of life type as well too. So it's more like slower and less, like we're fighting all the demons today, type of one as well too.
Yeah.
where it's just there's this one that kind of I've been watching. It's more like laid. It's called laid. I'm pretty sure it's called laid back camping, and it's just about a girl that loves to camp. And like she's meeting her friends and they're going camping at a camping club at school. So there's a lot of range that anime has that I'd still have to dive into
Hmm.
even too, which is great.
Series or movie?
It's a series.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like I could just whip out a list and just be like, this
Hmm.
is it. This is it. I feel like I really love, you know, like even with like in movies and stuff as well too, and with anime also as well too. I'm like, okay, this is a voice actor that's like, oh man, who is this? Or this is really great, or they're really great. So
Hmm.
I need to obviously, or I have an interest in looking them up and be like, who are they personally as
Yes.
well? If whatever I can find.
Yeah.
And then so I'm like, oh man, they're so cool. And then you start to find more things too. Like for example, one guy that I was thinking of today, I don't know if you've seen Demon Slayer, but he's Zenitsu in Demon Slayer, and he's super impressive to me just because even that for that character, just because there's a lot of screaming involved. And I'm like, how
Yeah.
do you not lose your voice, good sir? I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
How do you take that good of care?
And where are you recording? Like, hopefully it's
Yeah,
in
Yeah.
a
yeah. Are you
home,
scaring
not in an
people?
Yeah.
apartment or yeah,
Well, that's the thing as well too. He does
studio.
post some behind the scenes work as well too. And it looks like he, does it in studio,
Okay,
from
that's
what
better.
I've
Yeah,
seen as well too.
kind of
And I'm
have
like, that
to.
makes sense. Yeah.
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 No scaring the neighbors today.
Yeah.
That's
Can you imagine having that neighbor? Like that's their job and they're so good at it and they're
yeah.
famous, but all day, like 4 days a week,
Screaming.
you're just like, I think someone might be dying. I don't know.
Not sure. Do I call the police? Do I
Right?
call the ambulance? I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Like when do I and when don't I? What is the threshold? Like you just get to know like the specific tone of the screaming so you know if
Mhm.
it's yeah.
And just like figure
Crazy.
out like, oh, he must be doing a different character today.
Right. Oh my
Much
gosh.
more quiet. But
Oh,
yeah, so I like to
crazy.
look up different people too and see like behind the
Yeah.
scenes as well too and just
Hmm.
see them get so into it and it seems so easy and it seems so natural too and I just try to kind of like embody that mentality of like this is easy. This is
Hmm.
natural as well too just to kind of, calm those nerves of like in the past where it's like you don't have to be perfect. Like this is
Yeah.
literally experimentation. This is literally supposed to be fun and
Yeah.
that's yeah, again where you're going to see the best work come from it as well too.
Hmm.
Right.
At least.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you've also gotten into acting as well, maybe? Is that true or
Hey.
On screen.
On screen, we like film. Yes, definitely. So, yeah, recently, this is more of a new venture for me. So, putting my face on things. But I was in as an extra in Dana and Char. So, with Alan's lovely film as well
Yeah.
too. So, super excited about that. I'm super excited for it to come out and just see the whole everything to come together and Alan's
Hmm.
great work as well too. I'm really excited to, see
oh,
more. Yes, yes, I already have the faith in you.
Yes.
already have what?
I have super faith in you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and so I'm really excited to, just to see it all come together. And I had an amazing time on set the day that I was there too. And I feel like it was just not necessarily surprising, but it's just like a wow factor, if you will, too, where it's just like
Hmm.
everyone here is just so down to earth and just like so friendly, and we're all here to, just create something awesome, right? So
Yeah.
Hmm.
I love, I think that vibe on set was just like, I mean, I went home that day and I was just like
Oh,
beaming. I was
I'm
just
so
like
glad.
beaming that I was a part of it.
Aw,
Yeah. Oh,
I love
I'm
Oh,
glad
that.
everyone had a good time.
yeah.
Yeah, that day, at least that part of the day was probably one of the most like filled days for like actors on in a scene, for instance, so
Yeah,
that I've had
that's
in a
awesome.
long while. So yeah.
Yeah, how fun
So
was that navigating all those people in one house?
it was Yeah, it was a little.
It
It was a
was,
little
I'm sure it was a
extra.
challenge.
It was, yeah. Because it's like, okay, because we had to pause for a little bit, and then because yeah, we had to fix some things, and then yeah, everyone. Did you guys all go out for coffee? I think.
Yes, yes. We made sure to ask permission just
Yeah,
to...
yeah, yeah. That was fine. I was just like,
I know.
Everyone just disappears.
yeah. I
I
think
know.
there's time. Please don't let there be a car that breaks down and no one can get back or something,
Oh,
Oh,
no
to
kidding.
be honest, I was 100% having those same exact thoughts and feelings. I was just like, like this is okay, right? Like we'll be all right. Like Alan, don't hate me, don't hate us.
And
Right.
you're all going to the same coffee place at the same time, getting whatever, it's like, how long is that going to take? It's like,
I feel like we just made it on time, which was perfect.
yeah,
On the inside, I was just like, oh no, but it worked out because
yeah,
we met. We were driving and whatnot. We all went in one car too, so we were just like crammed together, and like somebody was in the back,
yeah.
like in the trunk,
Oh my
essentially
God.
too. So
Oh God.
it was literally a clown car going to Caffeine, Minneapolis to get because I had so here's the problem. I hyped everybody up beforehand, Alan. I'm sorry. We were talking about coffee and I was like, "Oh my God, you guys have to try caffeine." And then somebody else was like, "Oh my God, I love coffee." And somebody was like, "Oh my God, we should go now. We've got time." And we're like, "Okay."
Instigator.
Ah,
I'm an
yes.
enabler. I'm an instigator. Yeah, but it worked out, so it's okay. But it was great coffee. So.
Did anyone document this? I mean, it feels like a show already there. Like extras, the one that Ricky
That'd be a
Gervais made.
great short. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be darn. I don't. No, I don't think
Because
so. I
just the way
haven't.
you guys came up from the basement and were like,
I
hey,
know.
we're going for God. It's like they all came up at once. It was weird. It was
Is
like a
everybody
train.
chilling? What's
Yeah.
happening? Well, I
Yeah.
know. I have it pictured in my mind still too. I can see your face. I'm looking at it. We're like walking up the stairs, and I'm just like, "Hi." Like, huh? What's going
Like,
on?
why is everyone
I was like,
leaving?
"We'll be back." We wanted
Oh,
to
that's
be
funny.
Oh,
completely, totally just wired and awake to do our best.
yeah.
So,
Well, that also led to like a lot of chatter between takes. So it was
oh,
like,
that's true.
yeah, it got noisy in there just because it was a lot of people, obviously. So,
Right,
and in
right.
order to
And
hear what they're saying, you have to speak louder than what they're saying over there, and then, it
Yeah.
escalates to a level where it's like it is a party
hmm
atmosphere,
And
which is good, which is what
yeah.
it should be. But
Yeah, true. So it worked out too in that
yeah,
way
yeah.
too.
Yeah. It's
On scene.
very
But
realistic.
yes.
We have to have like the uh, extras or background all in like a show here. So we'll get them all in here, and then
Yes.
we'll get the full story then, Caitlin. So
Yes, yes, I'm telling the truth, no worries. But different perspective is always fun. I, I think so. Funny enough, like I'm sensitive to caffeine, so I didn't actually have the coffee, but I ate a pastry, because I was like, I know there's no way in heck that I'm going to be able to focus if I have caffeine. I will definitely be chatter, chatter, chatter. But also funny enough, I feed off of other people's energy, so
Yep.
everybody else had caffeine
oh,
energy. So it was just like, I'm on your level anyway. So it's a good thing I didn't have
have,
any.
are you a Colin Robinson? Or is that what it is?
A Colin Robinson?
Huh?
Have you
What's that?
seen What We Do in the Shadows? The
No.
show?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry. I
I
have
was hoping
not.
you got that reference. Okay.
Please explain, if you
He's
will.
a like energy vampire, so he
Ooh.
sucks people's energy off.
I feel like I don't suck it away from people. I
Right,
just
right.
feed slowly off of it so I can also enjoy the time.
Similar but different. Yeah, more positive as opposed to what he would
Yeah,
do. Yeah.
exactly.
Hmm.
I don't drain anybody. I just share in the moment.
Right. Good. Good. I thought that's what you meant,
Okay.
but it
Right.
could have. You never know.
Yeah. I call it being an empath, if you
There you are.
will.
Yes.
Yeah, no, just I had so much fun on that day. It was great. I can't wait to be whatever my next opportunity is as well too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a blast and a half.
Yeah. Definitely. We're always, at least I am. I'm always trying to work on things that are like, like the real builders, things like that. That
Yeah.
just build
Mhm.
up
Yeah.
Well,
stuff that you can do.
I gotta
and
get
put
my
onto
butt
the
in
reel.
gear.
Yeah.
I gotta get
Well,
my
you
butt in
came to the
gear
right
and
place.
start,
So,
yes. And I gotta
Yes.
start practicing more on camera and whatnot so I can impress Alan and then be a lead in his next whatever, in
There
his
you
next
go.
film. Gotta impress. Dress to
Yes.
impress. Act to impress.
yeah, it
I
is
love
about
that.
impressing me. You're right. No, I'm just kidding.
How am I doing so far? I don't
Doing
know.
excellent. Good job. Good
Oh,
job.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Do my best.
So,
But
what's
yeah,
next for you? What do you have anything on the horizon right now, for either like film or voiceover at all, or?
yeah, right now. So I was just so funny enough. I've traveled a lot this summer as well too, which kind of took some time away from it as well.
Mhm.
But um, I just actually, what was it, a week and a half ago now? I got back from Italy, which was amazing,
Oh,
by the
yeah.
way. So got back from
Wow.
Italy and I was like, when I get home, I'm just gonna crush it. I'm gonna do all sorts of auditions, just get back into it because I've been waiting, for a while now because of things. And I'm just like, I'm ready to just jump and do it all, super excited about it. And then I got sick.
Oh no.
And then so now I'm like, I was worried about today because I was like, oh my God, am I gonna sound nasally? But like I'm doing okay today at
No,
least.
yeah. You
Good,
cannot
You
tell.
sound confident. Yeah, that's what
good.
it
That's
Yeah.
all that's all that matters. But yeah, so this weekend the grind begins, if you will. So I'm gonna
Nice.
just kind of look into, starting to get back more into the community as well too in
Hmm.
Minneapolis as well too, and just meeting more people and going to more events that I can as well too. I think what was it this week? I think Minnesota the women's in
Hmm.
film and TV and whatnot, they had their social time, and I was like, I'm sick, I can't come. Or whenever
Oh,
last week, this week, and I was like so
Yeah,
sad
yeah.
because I was like, I'm
which is
finally
too
gonna go
bad
back.
because it's right in St. Louis Park too. So
Yeah, it
that's,
was the
yeah,
last one. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it would have been
Park
so
Tavern.
easy.
yeah. Right?
Easy to get to. Shoot.
They're
But
always at different venues, which is nice
yeah,
because then you
Mhm.
can also visit different places to be like, oh, I didn't know this was here or something, you
they can be
know?
at some really fun
Yeah.
spots too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
had a ton of fun at what was it? Earl Giles. I can never
Oh
say
yeah, that's
that.
where I met you. Yeah.
Giles. Yes, that's where we met. So that was a great one. Fantastic. And yeah, so I'm really excited for the next one that in the next month that I can go to as well too. So
Mhm.
just, getting back into the community again too and continuing to, build relationships and learn from others in that way as well too.
Mhm.
And so just starting to kind of go onto different platforms as well too for VO. So there's
Yeah.
like for good examples, there's like Casting Call Club, which is more focused on, I would say, more of the character side of things. And then there's Backstage, which is I'm on as well too.
Mhm.
And that's for film and you can do VO on there as well. And
Nice.
Oh,
then
okay. Hmm.
And then I'm trying to remember my other ones. I actually want to get into also maybe just at least I don't know any better than ACX as well too, but like, into books and
Oh
narration
yeah.
as
Yeah.
well too.
Hmm.
I think that again, I'm a jack of all trades type person, I
Hmm.
believe, and I want to dabble in everything and then
Yeah.
just do everything that I can. That really excites me as well too, to just diversify. And
Mhm.
so I feel like as far as VO goes, the next thing to kind of, test out and dive into would be maybe, audiobooks in that way.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
what a fun way to be like, you know what? I want to read more anyway. I'm going to do
yeah,
audiobooks, read all these books, and then make a name for myself in the process.
yeah.
Right. So do
Who
you
could go
do like
wrong?
a sample, like if you read a sample from a book for your, like, I guess, is it audition tape or reel, or how does that work for voiceover, I guess? I guess it depends
Yes.
on the format.
Right. So when I've looked into it so far as the audiobooks go, it's, they give you a blurb of the book essentially, and then you just send them an audition tape or the recording of your voice
Hmm.
doing, what you think would be right for the character, right for the voice, right for the
Hmm.
book in itself as well too, which is just going to be a whole different challenge in itself as well too, because it's not just like one character, it's just
Yeah.
overarching reading, and also
Everyone.
implement it's everyone. It's implementing multiple
Yeah.
as well too. So yeah, it's a whole nother challenge that'll be really fun. So yeah, you just submit a little audition blurb, if you will, as well too, and then you'll be able to, if they like you, be accepted, and then,
Hmm.
and work from there. I haven't done any for audiobooks yet, so I'll keep you updated how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
would be awesome. Yeah.
Mhm.
It sounds like so much fun. So,
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just like, oh, what kind of books do I want to read as well
right?
too? It's like, what would I be, what would I be the best at? What
Right.
would I enjoy the most? And what would I
Yeah.
feel like it would be the best at? And so I don't know about you guys, but I've also hopped on the train as far as like the romantasy books
Yes.
nowadays that are really popular as well too.
Yes.
So like maybe if one of those pops up, just in case it goes viral or goes pop, gets super popular as
Oh,
well too.
yeah.
That'd be sweet.
I feel like they all do. Like it's crazy.
Oh, it's a
Um,
huge thing right
so
now too. I'm
yes.
What
over here
is?
like I'm ready
Oh
for
yeah.
some fourth wing series. Let's go.
That's like next on my list. If I'm being
Yes.
What?
honest.
Oh, as far as the book,
I'm missing
Yes.
what's happening?
I'm lost.
It's a
Nope.
it's a book series.
What's it
That's
called?
It's called Fourth Wing and Iron Flame
yep.
right now, and it's Onyx Storm is the third book that I
Is it
believe,
okay?
and that's Rebecca Yarros. It's coming out in January, so I have it on
Yeah.
pre-order on Amazon. So.
Yes. So
The
good.
audio version or the book itself?
Oh no, well, so here's the funny thing as well too. I'm going to sound hypocritical, but it's okay. I would love to do audiobooks, but I don't enjoy audiobooks myself.
That's okay. That is
Oh my
okay.
God. That's like doing the caffeine thing, but not actually getting the caffeine. So I notice a trend here. It's kind of like, I like the
Oh
thing. No, I'm just saying, go ahead.
my God.
You were saying you were going to get the book?
Oh my God. But maybe I feel like maybe it's just because I haven't given the chance. Or I think the real problem is I've only listened to some of the books that my husband likes, which is like deep,
Mm,
more into the Lord of the Rings style type of thing. And
yeah.
I didn't like the one dude's voice, and it turned me off from just listening to anything. So I need to
Yeah.
That'll
give it
do
a
it though.
chance. I know,
Yeah.
sadly, but true. So I just need to be more open-minded with audiobooks and listening myself to test them out. But I do love, personally, I don't even use like Kindle or anything too. I
Hmm.
love the feeling of a hardback book or
Yeah.
just a real book in my hands.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
But
There's
yeah, so
something about
I'm
it.
just like looking up here because I like see the Fourth Wing and Iron Flame books right there.
Nice.
They're
Yes.
on display.
So good.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I need
yeah,
to
I
get
don't
on
know.
those.
So,
But I think that's what
yeah.
started me into this category. So that's why they're like, oh, the favorite.
Yes.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Understandable.
If
Yeah.
you like it,
Mhm,
yeah.
Yeah.
mhm,
Of course.
mhm. Oh, it would be so they're coming out with like, I don't know when, eventually they're making it into a series, and I was like,
Ooh.
I need to do more on social media, and I need to practice my Violet Sorrengail and become big instantly because of TikTok.
Yes.
And please cast me. That would also be a dream. So anime
Yeah.
and then playing in romancy
Yes.
series.
I feel like I heard that they were making the Akatar or whatever series
Hmm.
into
Are
uh
they too? That one too?
into like a theories a series. Yeah. I'm like I want to do voiceover theories. Uh
Oh no, no. See,
but
you
yeah.
don't have to be perfect. It happens to all of us at any time. That's what
But
recording takes is for,
It's
right?
just a
that's
lispy
true. Yeah.
character, that's all. It's okay.
That's there we go.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'm a big
But
fan. Big fan, big fan. Keep doing it.
yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes. New character. But yeah, I heard that they were going to be doing that one too. I don't know
Nice.
if it's real or if it's that somebody bought the rights to do it, but
Mm.
then in 15 years it'll finally happen like happens very often.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah,
think
that's a
that that
great
would be
question.
awesome. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, okay, who could be all of? And then I just went into this rabbit hole of trying to figure out who I thought should be the characters
Yes.
and then had those conversations. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much. But it was so good.
Well, it's fun
Yeah.
to visualize, right? Too, and be like, I
Yes.
guess, I guess this will be the really fun part where it's like, of course, you have depictions of the characters that you create in your own
Yes.
mind, right?
Hmm.
And so then
Yeah.
it's like being able to see what comes of it in the actual series.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, did they do well? In my own opinion, did they not do well? In my own opinion,
Right.
we'll see. And just kind of the comparison is just funny to see. It's like, oh, that's
Hmm.
totally different from what I pictured.
Yeah.
Just in my own mind, out of whatever I came up with.
Exactly.
That would be
Yes.
really cool, really interesting as well. Um, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't
Okay.
read a quote, so I haven't read a Kotar.
A what?
I haven't
Oh,
Akatar.
so
I
good.
don't even know how
Yeah.
to say it.
I don't know how to say it. Yeah, it's so good though.
That's what I
I
hear, and I'm just like, I tried. I opened the first book, and I was like, I can't. I
Yeah,
can't
it
with that
took me a
one.
little bit to like get into it. I'm a really slow reader. Like I've had to make it like my yearly goal to try and like
Mhm.
do something, like just try.
Yeah.
And once I got about halfway through, I couldn't stop. And then I got to the end of it and I was like, oh, this is great, blah, blah, blah. And my sister, who had gotten me to read it, was like, oh, you like this character? Keep reading. And so I went into the next book
What
and
is
I was
this, like
like,
Game of Thrones?
I
and
was
I
just
was
about
like,
to
oh
say
my
that.
God, it kind of is. And I was like, oh my God. And it just, and at
Okay.
that point, like, just blew through the next two, I think.
Mhm.
And then there's like there's a really small one um towards the second to last one that is just kind of almost like it feels kind of like a filler book, but it's nice, easy to get through. And then the last
Mhm.
book is about a different main character.
Oh.
And I wasn't sure how
Oh.
I felt about that. So I actually put off reading it. And then I started and I was like, this one might be my favorite, which is good because it was the longest book. And I mean, most of them
Okay.
are pretty hefty, but
Mhm.
um, it's once you get like halfway through, you get kind of sucked in and it just
Right.
keeps getting
Okay.
better and better and better. It's
Well,
Right. Okay.
yeah.
That's what I hear as well too, where it's like it's rocky at the start, but then
Yeah.
the second book is like smash hit, So I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
have to make it through as well too. I just haven't gotten to
Yeah.
it.
It's just
so
tough when that happens.
so
Sorry.
Kaylin,
Yeah.
uh,
Yes.
just so others know, where can they follow your work, follow you once, for your socials and such, or contact you for
Yeah.
work?
Yeah, so funny enough, I need to make a social media account or like
Okay.
be present on it. And
Plug
that's
your
actually a goal.
stuff. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I need to be more present on it, but that's actually a goal, starting this weekend. As far as like when I was saying like I'm just gonna just grind, that's gonna
Yeah,
be part of it. It's creating
we'll
content.
add
I
it
think
to
that'd
our
be
Yeah.
show
really
notes when you do. So
Yeah.
yeah, by all
well.
Yep.
means.
I already have it created. It's technically
Okay.
Kale's, no, yeah, Kale's dot voices on
Okay.
Instagram. Um,
Kales.
It's KAILS
Oh,
dot voices.
okay.
And that's just because that's my nickname.
Yeah.
And so I put it on there too. So right now it's Kales dot voices. So
Like
you'll
it.
be able to see my upcoming just, fun creating content, experimentation, trying out new things as well too.
Nice.
And yeah, as far as, wanting to work with me, just my email address, I would say, at this time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is Kalin Birkel at gmail.com.
Okay.
I like it.
Yes.
And Rahana has the
All
last
right.
question.
I sure do.
Awesome.
Kaylin, what do you want people to remember most about you?
Ooh. Oh, like from today or like in general in life?
However you
Oh,
want
it
to
can be
interpret it.
anything. It could be
Yeah.
today in general in life, people that
Ooh.
experience your work, people that work with you. It could be like
Hmm.
anything.
Ooh, that's a really good question. Oh, let's see.
No pressure.
No
Two
pressure.
minutes.
The
No,
pressure's
I'm
on.
just kidding.
2 seconds, Kaylin. Come on. I feel like I I feel like I just want to be able to hmm, bring energy to somebody. I think that's kind of like one of my life purposes, honestly, if you will, where it's just like being able to share my energy or even in character, be able to put my all into it and be able to, evoke emotion in
Mhm.
people in a positive way, no matter what that is, like the enjoyment of a character or just from, me being me and just having fun essentially too. I want everybody to just have fun around me. And for me to also have fun as well
I
too.
love that. Absolutely. Well, I would say that you were successful in doing that now.
Good. Yay.
Because this was very fun. And I feel like even from the
Awesome.
moment we dove in
I think
before
so
we
too.
started recording, it was just, yeah, it was exciting. So,
Yay.
thank you so
Winning.
much. Total winning. Thank you
Thank
for
you so
joining
much.
us. It was awesome getting to chat with you. And
Yes,
for
you as
all of
well.
our listeners, this is Film and Beyond. It's going to take me a while
Yes.
to get that. Film and Beyond.
Thank you
Listeners
guys.
and
This is great.
viewers. Yes.
Ooh, listeners and viewers, all of you.